I'm your friend, Dr. Charles Apoki. I'm in a very beautiful hotel in Edo State. I came to speak to the leadership of the new phase of Edo. It's a group of politically active people who were supporters of Peter Obi. But I gave them a condition. I am apolitical. I don't support any party. During the last elections, I voted APC, I voted PDP, I voted Labour Party, depending on who is contesting. So I told them I was not going there to praise any political party or praise any candidate. When I saw a flyer that was contrary to the agreement, I told them they should send me their account, let me refund their money to them, the honorarium they paid. And they settled that I'm not going there to praise any person. And the theme of the meeting was good governance, qualitative education, and an accelerator for development. Let me quickly, and I had to remind them that they were Edo people and that the great Benin Kingdom, when somebody came from Europe, one of the explorers, he said that Benin City was comparable to Amsterdam. The streets radiated from the palace, and they are still like that till today. And they had street lamps from oil lamps. Put palm oil in a clay pot and they lit them. So Benin had street lights before colonial masters, the Oba then. And I told them that Benin Kingdom extended to several parts of Nigeria and they had trade relations with Dahomey. And so what they are saying or expecting, because somebody talked about so many things before I spoke, is not alien to the Benin. It has been a great kingdom. In fact, it is as if we have retrogressed. I told them that governance in Edo State is a challenging phenomenon because I mentioned the following people. Oba Overamen, when he wanted to do a festival, the colonial masters insisted they would come and he told them, you can't come. And it led to trouble and he was exiled to Calabar. Pa Imodu, the railway labor union man, is from Edo State. Peter Enahoro, that moved motion for independence of Nigeria at a very young age, is from Edo State. His brother Peter Pan, that attended the prestigious government college Ugeli, from Edo State. There used to be a man called Iyare. Iyare insisted on good governance, from Edo State. Oshomole, whatever you say about him, at one time he insisted on good governance and fair play in the labor union. And then we had Peter Esele. Today, Osifo of TUC is from Edo State. Aisha Yusufu is from Edo State. Very dark black man is from Edo State. One thread that knits all these people together is that they like development and they hate oppression. There was a musician called Osaye More who during Abacha's time spoke against the evil administration of Abacha. He was arrested, he came out and continued. My Archbishop, Papa Idahosa of blessed memory, from Edo State, these are people who were never afraid to speak the truth insist on good governance and development. Now, I took my bearing from Luke chapter 11, 2 to 4. The disciples told Jesus to teach them how to pray. And he said, pray like this, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth. There were no verses in the Bible then. There were no commas. So thy kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven, and thy will be done on earth. So politics, ideally, good governance, ideally, is to bring a little heaven close to the people. Now, what is good governance? Good governance means the political and institutional processes and outcomes that are necessary to achieve the goals of development. So good governance and development are related, but the processes. And one thing I told them is that when politics becomes too expensive, when a politician has to obtain a form to be president for 100 million and give delegates bribe of thousands of dollars, when they distribute rice, they distribute wrappers, they distribute money, you can never expect that person not to be corrupt. That person will want to collect his money back. So until we simplify the political process such that people can contest with the minimal amount of money. Wike was boasting that he bought forms for all of them. Look at them. I bought forms for all of them. Bought forms for all of them. So he wanted to be a godfather to them and to dictate what will happen. So you can never have good governance. We see what is happening in Rivers State. You can never have good governance when the political system is very expensive and the contestants are the ones who spend money. Look at the Democratic Party. When Joe Biden handed over the race to Kamala Harris, people started donating money. Ordinary Americans donated more than $300 million to Kamala Harris. So Kamala Harris is indebted to the people. Peter Obi and the Labour Party demonstrated that Peter Obi was not contesting with his money primarily because the people organically funded the Labour Party. So if he had won, he would be dependent on the people. He will know that the government is owned by the people. The government of the people, by the people. Cannot be by the people if the politician is the only one spending money and you are coming as parasites. Number two, the process of selecting candidates. In as much as it is good to rotate, you say it's fair, but you see, we must always insist on the best, no matter where he comes from. We are currently suffering the Emile Con principle of governance. Nigeria is not a harlot that you go turn by turn. Nigeria is a nation. So, the process of rigging elections, carrying ballot boxes from ECA 1 and the beavers and all that will not correspond, and no person will say anything. You cannot have good governance because those who collaborated to make those things not work will be compensated, and then we can't have good governance. When the judiciary is corrupt, when politicians can buy judgment and buy office, we cannot have good governance. When the constitution is destroyed for the sake of somebody to win an election because he helped somebody to become president, we can never have good governance. And then when the process of campaign, I told them, degenerates to clowning, drama, carrying broom, carrying umbrella, carrying whatever, when it degenerates to where you start abusing people with childlessness, with not having husband or having wife or whatever, that is childishness. It is idiocy. In Greek philosophy, politics, you have three classes of people. Number one, idiots. Number two, tribesmen. Number three, citizens. Idiots are those who can behave anyhow. They are not necessarily unwisable. Can eat banana, throw the pill, you can steal, you can cheat, you are corrupt, you can do anything just to satisfy your desires. Such person is an idiot. And I told them that when politics goes to, you must win at all costs. And you shoot people at the airport, you misbehave, it is political idiocy. Now, there's a simple question is, what are you really fighting for? Look at this big bed. If you see this big bed, down is what I was supposed to sleep on. I slept only on this corner, didn't sleep on that one. So what are we really fighting for? So, political idiots. Why political tribesmen are those who reason only from the perspective of their tribe, their religious inclination and affiliation, and their party. There's a trending video on, not only me did it, several people have done video on a pastor's son that took a contract, collected 8 billion, refused to execute it. And people are calling me, all kinds of people, generals, bishops, all lawyers, they are calling me. Why am I washing the dirty linen of the church in public? I told them, if it's dirty linen, I'm not wearing that linen with them. God is coming for a church without spot or wrinkle. And the scripture, the constitution should not have sacred cows, and the scripture should not have sacred cows. So, when you start having to defend your criminals and those who misbehave because they are Christians or Muslims, you can never have good governance. You are a tribesman. Citizens are those who think about their country. My primary concern is this country and the future, and I'm going to do another video about something that happened in Europe. So, let me just tell every person here, every day I get information from all parts of the world, serious information, and no person should mess up near me. I will open people's trousers. So, I told them that the true test of good governance is the degree to which it delivers on its promises. Human rights, civil, cultural, and economic and political progress, and then social rights. And then I told them the right to security and safety. One of the contestants of Edo State was trapped in traffic because of bad road. He could not get to where we were to attend the conference, the town hall meeting. Could not get the bad road. A potential governor, bad road. And people are abandoning contracts of roads. And people are complaining that somebody is saying something about it. I think that's witchcraft for you to call me and tell me that I said something concerning that. You're a witch. You're a wizard. You're part of the problems of Nigeria. And so, the next thing is that safety. People can't travel. To leave just my community to the express road, Dugeli Express Road, from Otokutu to Dugeli Express Road, you might be kidnapped. People are being carried from their houses. Doctors are carried from their quarters. Medical students are kidnapped. You can't travel. Traditional rulers in the north. If until you guarantee safety, you don't have good governance. Then you guarantee security. I mean, yes, security. There's a difference between security and safety. Security is when you have a guaranteed future. I told them that when a man works as a teacher, as a civil servant, and cannot get his pension after 4 years, a professor cannot get his salary or retirement benefit for 6 years, he is not secure. He will take money from students, take money from anywhere to guarantee his future. And until this future is guaranteed by government, then there is no security. When people work in Europe, they are guaranteed of a decent old age, even if they don't have children. That is not in Nigeria. And until we start doing that, there is no future, there is no good governance. Then, I also told them that good governance, development is improvement on the lives of the people. It's not necessarily GDP. During Goodluck Jonathan, things were quite cheaper. They said the GDP was growing at 8%. Did it get to the poor man in the street? No. So in Nepal, they no longer measure GDP. They measure happiness index. How happy are the people? And if you go around Nigeria today, if you go and ask the people are sad from the north to the south, from APC to PDP to Labour Party, the people are sad. Ironically, the deputy governor that was there in the program contested and won election under Labour Party for House of Representative or Assembly, I can't remember. But they stole it, they maneuvered it, the witches in this country, wicked people maneuvered it through the courts and whatever and deprived the young man. And he was compensated by becoming a deputy governor. So we can't have good governance when political godfathers manipulate people into offices and positions, and the people will remain loyal to them. We can't have good governance. I told them that Edo people, you people have misbehaved recently. Your House of Assembly members were fighting karat in the House of Assembly. When the legislative arm is rascally, when the legislative arm is a rubber stamp of the executive arm, like as we have in Nigeria today, you cannot have good governance. When the judiciary is an extension of the executive, you cannot have good governance. The next thing is that as long as each government does not provide public goods and services and do social justice, we cannot have good governance. People are sending me messages to send them money to do project, send them money to do this. And I told them, if government is meeting the needs of the people, if school is free, if good health care and whatever, they don't need to come and queue in front of the house of a politician. The average politician wakes up every day to see about 20 people coming to line up to beg for money for one thing to solve one problem. Those problems should have been solved by the previous administrations. I'm 65. It's the same issues we have been talking about. Free health, good road, school, water, electricity. So what had the previous governments been doing all these years? That means they've wasted our times, wasted our monies, and we've had bad governance. So I talked about social justice. Social justice is when we give equal opportunities to every person. I was able to go to school, I've always said it, with the sons of the secretary to the federal government, the former minister's children, same school, same food, same uniform, same treatment. I was able to go to medical school without my father knowing any person. And I asked them a simple question. Can your son enter Ekpoma Medical School easily or Uniben Medical School easily? No. They will first reserve positions for the professors, vice chancellors, traditional ruler, senators, and all that. I would not have been where I am today if not for social justice and good governance. Then, sound education comes from sound educational policies and a desire by government knowing that it's a sound mind that metamorphoses from being a political idiot, a political tribesman, to a political citizen. I am who I am today because of the education I received at Government College Ughelli. Say, do the right and do not fear. That's what we were told. And then, obedience is the first law in heaven. I obey rules. I don't drive against traffic. I don't throw things out of my window. Don't throw refuse out of my window. But today, parents want to come to my school and they want me to admit children that went to public schools and cheated in exams. Teachers wrote for them and they can't pass to enter my school. And they want me to do that. I say no. I took my son from year 4 in medical school to year 2 because I asked him a simple question. What is Meissner's gland? He didn't know it. I said, you will kill me in old age. I took my daughter from year 3 to write JAM again because she was caught. Somebody was spying her paper. I said, so you are very intelligent, eh? You will go and write JAM again. I took her from year 3 to write JAM. Today I'm proud of her. She's managing my schools. And the policies that she has learned from me, she's insisting on them. You will say she's too harsh. It's because her father owns school. Go and open a school for your own children. Or go and tell your father to open for you and mess your own up. A king's child failed. And we said she must repeat. The king wore his full regalia. One king somewhere in one community, not where I live, came with his wife and that I should promote the daughter. I said, King, it is surprising that you will come and meet me to contribute to the underdevelopment of Nigeria. Good governance involves setting up educational institutions that raise citizens. I'm doing what I'm doing today because of the educational background I come from and the good government gave to me. So I owe this country. Now, Daniel Frelipson said that to destroy a nation, you don't need atomic bombs. You don't need nuclear weapons. To destroy a nation, just reduce the quality of education, allow people cheat in exams, promote people without their passing, that you will have destroyed that nation. As small as Ukraine is compared to Russia, Russia is finding it difficult to defeat Ukraine because of several factors. Number 1, the Western world is giving them weapons. Number 2, the Ukrainians are very patriotic people because they love their country. Number 3, they are developing their own weapons. They are developing their own drones because they have good education and creative mind. A mind that is not well educated cannot govern well, cannot be obedient. So, good governance and sound education are an amalgam to produce a developed society. Now listen, good governance is not a wish. It is not a prayer project. Our problems are not spiritual. Our problems are personal, are individual. Every nation gets the leadership they deserve. A good governance is a product, a collective product. When religious leaders patronize and fraternize with politicians, and politicians fill their mouths with money and gifts and privileges, they can't say anything. They become mute dogs. They can't talk like Christ. They can't talk like Islamic clerics like Malam Aminu Kano. They can't talk like Ayatollah. They can't talk like Cardinal Sin. They can't talk like Desmond Tutu. They can't talk like Martin Luther King. That is the way where we are in Nigeria, and something drastic needs to happen, and a new generation needs to rise up. Thank God for the Edo State people, the secretary to the state government, who was the person that recommended me to them because they watched my videos. He stood up and said, Dr. Apoki, we are queuing behind you. We are doing what we are doing now because we are queuing behind you. We have seen an elder who is providing leadership and vision for us, that I should not be distracted by charlatans who want to attack me. And I was so excited. I went to the Benin Club, got there. Every person there recognized me from the gate, and they were celebrating what I am doing in this country. You need to join this movement to insist on what is right in this country, what is right in the church. We are not looking for angels. I have my own faults. I have my own flaws. I know you wizards and witches and these wicked Pentecostal people. You are digging around me. You will not see anything. Before you see it, I will tell you people. But I remain your friend, Dr. Charles Apoki. I have a webinar coming up, Sustainable Development in life, ministry, career, and business. Coming up on the 13th and on the 14th of September, 3 or 4 days from now. And it's going to be online. We will send you the link to click into when you pay. And you will send me a message on +234 7052136763. God bless you.